travelers. So today we are officially starting the new season with TolkienCraft 2.8.1.
Still female. Somebody just hey, I'm suffocating, or somebody's hitting me.
Other than
suffocating,
Val somehow being damaged.
Well, I have to go through this intro thing
we're
here.
Starting out today. We have Tegan, Val, Wildstar, and hopefully shortly another special guest, which I'll announce if he joins.
Yay!
But this is the official start of Season 2 of TolkienCraft for me, and the announcement and release of the most recent content update.
So,
a lot of help due to Tegan.
How's it going? Hello, Reader and Tegan, awesome.
Yes, hello everybody. I just got done doing my intro and was pointing out that what we have today is in large part because of Tegan and her whole household's help. And it's exciting to be starting a new season with all the new content that's come out.
It is. I am eager to get started and see what is new to me.
So if you want, I'll go ahead and I'll start a party for the HQM.
That works for me. So, whoop. Let's go there. No, wait, no, wrong mode. No, there we go. Alrighty. Now I'm less likely to get into trouble. Not impossible. I mean, it is me after all. And it looks like Sergeant Ace, by whichever person that is that I'm not familiar out with, will be in shortly.
Yes, that's the special guest that I mentioned in Slack. Sergeant Ace is one of the 3 owners of the server that hosts our whitelisted server, my dev server, and just generally has been the wonderful benefactor for TolkienCraft and those of us that enjoy playing it.
Oh wow, so that's Resonant Host. Special guest indeed.
That is correct. He's also going to be trying to set up a TeamSpeak server officially, finally, for TolkienCraft, but I kind of threw it on him at the last minute, and it ran into some bugs, so we're using Val's wonderful TeamSpeak server for now, and hopefully by the time we do this kind of stuff again, we will have an official TolkienCraft one.
That will be awesome.
Just one question real quick. Is anybody else's adventure book saying that we've already completed 3 quests?
Those are probably ones that are to give you things in case you lose them, if I had to guess. I have 1 quest available for completion.
It could have been somebody here had already kind of wandered around. I know I have been, so I can actually fix that real quick.
There we go. Okay. So shall we wait, just poke around a little bit until Sergeant Ace is able to join us? It'd be a shame to start without him. Or her.
Yeah, we can wander around. He's probably not going to play much. It was just to have him come on, say hi to everybody, and just announce him to the world as who he is. Okay. So he just wanted to kind of join in on the opening day. And I fixed the quest book. I'll have to take a look at the thinning their numbers. That may, because it shows that it's available to do, and it's not supposed to. I'm pretty sure it was something I missed with all the last minute HQM changes we were trying to finalize before the update. But it's not going to hurt anything to be out of order.
That sort of thing happens. There's so many pieces to this, it's not surprising that there will be a few little bugs to get smoothed out with a mallet. And Elm has one to do it with.
Absolutely. So I guess we go stand by the fountain, unless somebody's already over there.
And Ace was just saying he wouldn't mind playing a bit. Says give him 5 minutes or so, so
Oh, well then we'll just hang out on the dock and we'll talk about some of the changes everybody can look forward to.
Well, that sounds like an excellent plan.
So, one of the biggest updates that are part of this update was the job board system. Since there's no real direct link between, say, interactive blocks and custom NPCs and HQM, the way that Tegan and I worked out is the HQM book is basically being used as a map waypoint. 'Cause you know how in like some RPGs, when you get a quest, it'll tell you, here's the map point, go over there. Well, we don't have a way to do that, so we're using the HQM book in large part to be the waypoints for where you need to go, for who do you need to talk to.
Awesome, because I'm always getting lost. It's totally not squirrels.
Right, and there was a huge change to... Well, if you open up the quest book, you'll notice that there is only one category currently open.
Yep.
I made the changes that now, in order to help direct people kind of the direction I would like them to go, you have to finish all the quests in the first line before you can move on to all the other quests in the book.
Okay.
But you'll notice as we do that, because that first section, that's easy to get done fairly quickly. So the job boards is the one thing. Once we get to Middle-earth, one of the other last-minute changes we made, and so far the tests work, so we're hoping it stays that way, is ideally you stay on the main quest line, things open up as you go on the main quest line. But the change we made is now Middle-earth already opened up when you finish thinning their numbers.
Okay.
So because of that, all the quests that aren't of the main quest line for the job boards are also available once thinning their numbers is completed. Which means that you could potentially open up the fast travel to all of Middle-earth before you would have with the main quest line, so that you can explore earlier and further.
Awesome.
But if you choose to stay on the main quest line, the different fast travel areas will open up as you progress through the main quest line as well.
Okay, so there's two ways to open the quest lines. One is sort of a manualish method by doing jobs in Middle-earth from the job boards. Am I understanding right?
Correct.
And the other way is to follow the main quest line, so you don't have to do those jobs from the job board unless you want to.
Right, but you're going to want to, because all of the jobs pay coin, you know, at least in the quest book.
Ooh,
exactly. And one of the other big changes is the sheer volume of shopkeepers. It used to be that pretty much this was the only market, Draconis. There are now market employees at Wyvernhaven and Dragonburg, and there's a huge variety. I mean, things like buying supplies for Ars Magica, for brewing, for pets.
Ooh.
Pets was something that I know you were very much interested in.
Yes, I want my ocelot.
We, been listening about the fact that jungles are hard to find, so you can actually buy legitimate spawn eggs for the ocelots and a few other basic creatures. So, like witchery for the familiars, so that way you can get those from there's a shopkeeper at the Dragonburg for that. Banks are all over the place, and one of the things that we came up with that I'm very excited about, you can now have a bank in your base.
Ooh, ATM.
Oh wow, nice.
Yes, you can buy an ATM, so that gives the banks more of a purpose, because now you can have it at your base, and because of the way banks work, you have access to that inventory anywhere.
Awesome. Delvin on Twitch, hello, welcome to the stream.
Trying to think of some of the other big changes. I mean, in the beginning stages, if you're following the main quest line, you're not going to see a whole lot of change. There's some tweaks that I made to try and make the quest a little bit easier to understand or to progress better. The biggest changes are going to be once you make it to Middle-earth, or get past the thinning their numbers quest. That's where you're going to start to see a lot of the changes. Some of the more aesthetic changes, Isengard, brand new, had a remodel. There is now ambient music in a number of areas, like Moria and Minas Tirith.
And that's by Snow Shepherd?
Yes. And also by Snow Shepherd, each of the bosses have their own theme music.
Wow, that's really cool. Nice.
So when you go to start fighting them, the music shall commence.
Awesome. So, under which slider would that music be turned on and off?
The way it's added in, it's in as a player. So if you want to turn down the music for custom NPCs in general, it's turn down the player volume.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure my standard habit of turning off music in Jukebox did not affect Snow's awesome music.
No, and it shouldn't. And that was something I know, that question actually comes up a lot because people try to turn down the music sometimes because it is loud. It's the player volume slider that changes that, not the jukebox or the ambient.
Okay, good to know.
The rest that's new, I think I want to leave that up for you guys to find out.
Well, yeah.
Because I don't want to give too much, but
I have some surprises there.
You know, the changelog did show that, you know, there was what, 8 new areas that were added this content release, with an uncountable number of NPCs. I mean, not literally, but figuratively. There were so many added between the shopkeepers and quest NPCs and just location NPCs. Oh my goodness, we had so many NPCs.
I'm just glad you added the fast travel for Middle-earth, because running all the way out to those locations was a huge tax on the server while other people were playing.
That is true, and that was part of the reason I wanted to do fast travel, but I also wanted to give the pack even more of an RPG feel. And the fast travel just kind of fell into place with what we were doing with the new quest line, you know, the changes to the main quest line. And it just, as the side benefit now also, is the fact that yes, you can go to other areas of Middle-earth without having to use the hour cooldown of the in-mod fast travel, or having to walk for 6 hours to get to Mordor. I will say that the way the fast travel is set up, you still have to walk to Mount Doom. Now you can get as close as Barad-dûr, but you still have to walk to Mount Doom. I did not want things to be that easy to go do whatever you got to do there.
Especially for the reward.
Correct. That's something that you guys, hopefully, if you finish the main quest line, I can assure you, finishing the main quest line, good or bad, it's going to be well worth the effort for the final reward.
Alrighty then.
You will get an item.
A large hint.
It is. It is an item that is very strong, very powerful, and there is no way to make it in the game. I had to NBT edit to make this item for the reward.
Ooh. That sounds intriguing. So we're just waiting for Sergeant Ace for his game to finish loading.
Alright.
Should be in pretty quick. Game permitting. So, is everybody excited? Jump up and down. Woohoo! Yay!
I know I am. It was a lot of effort, and yeah, I can't stress this enough. Tegan, her husband especially, he jumped in about halfway through to help, joking because, you know, he wanted a hot meal. And Tegan has been struck by the same bug that I am, because we've already been talking about the next content update, and that's not planned for another 6 months.
Oh, wow.
I know.
But she's bought books, she's doing research, she is like full out enjoying this. But her and her husband spent hours upon hours putting brie in, because we were trying to use a new method that had minimal chunk issues. And they did an excellent job, and they just, so much time spent. It's, you know, I can't thank these guys. You know, everybody, please thank Tegan, because she and her whole family, because her husband helped with Bree, and now her brother's helping with a new area for the next content release. So it's a family affair. They're just, it's amazing.
Awesome. Well, I would bow if I could and grovel at your feet, but this is about the best I can do.
Right? Yeah, and it's, as far as the thanks also, Brandon, he, you know, has been really busy with Draconic Evolution, but he took time out. There are about a half a dozen new items added to Tolkien Tweaks specifically for the changes to the mod pack this last release. And then, of course, as you mentioned earlier, Snow Shepherd, amazing work with the music and sounds that she made specifically for this pack, and the job board image, that was something that she put together for me so that we had a really nice looking representation for the job boards. And then, of course, everybody that's been testing and listening to my griping because things keep breaking, they deserve a special thanks because you got to listen to my griping. But it's just it's nice at this stage to finally say this is not all me.
Well, I mean, when you have two very devoted and dedicated people, actually, I guess you're three people because you, your husband, and your brother now.
Yes.
That's why this update is so large, basically.
Yeah, it added another 400 megs to the size of the default map when you get all three parts, which is also why there are 3 parts now versus 2, because Curse would not allow the extended content unless I broke it into 2 parts. Because the extended content alone is 1.3 gigabytes.
Wow. And
Wow.
you have a new way of or an easier method for people to download that.
That is correct. And again, thanks to Brandon from Draconic Evolution, no longer are we using the mod lockdown, which is the one that would only let you use the map that came with the pack. Caused a lot of issues, questions about how to install. Brandon put together a brand new mod that is public that allows me to simply, you click a button and then you click another link and tell it to download. And it's pretty much, I think Val may have tried it. Tegan may have tried it too, but it just simply makes getting the map for the pack literally just a point and click.
And that button is on the main login or page when you start the game up, right?
Correct. It works very well. I've tested it several times myself, even with the new release, and it literally, if you just go in order from top to bottom, it'll install it for you, and there's no guesswork on where it goes or how it goes. The side benefit, for those of you that want to try playing with the mod pack without the extra content, just do your own randomly generated map. Now you can, because we're not using lockdown.
Cool. So if they do their randomly generated map, are they going to get Draconis and whatnot in the overworld?
Nope. If they do a randomly generated map, they will get whatever Minecraft throws at them.
I see. Okay. And Sarah and AB on Twitch, hello and welcome to the stream. And
give me just a moment. Apparently Ace is having some issues.
Yes, actually that was something but you got it first, okay. And Delvin and people in chat are saying thank you to you guys, Tegan, your family, Greater for all the hard work that's gone into this update. People are really looking forward to it.
Well, I hope they enjoy it. We've definitely worked very hard. And my mic wasn't working earlier, but when we're talking about the shops, we do have room for expansion too. So we're, welcome to suggestions.
Okay. So that would be on the forum thread for TolkienCraft 2.
Either that, or I actually am preferring GitHub now for if you have issues or you have ideas, because the forum thread, it tends to get lost amongst everything. But if you have a shop idea, by all means, go to the GitHub and just put that idea there. If there's an error, still use the forum, but GitHub works too. But yeah, GitHub has been the savior in this whole thing. If I had not gotten as organized using GitHub as I did, I don't think we'd get half of what we got done.
Dude. Cool. Actually, could you put in chat the link to GitHub for people to see in the stream? If you have it handy? Memorized, maybe?
Not memorized, but I can definitely get it. Give me 1 second.
Alright.
Think I should try it?
And Jasmine Lee, hello, welcome to the stream on Twitch. Yes, the other voices you are hearing is Tegan, who is right here, Greater, who is right here, and though Greater is the original mod pack creator, and this latest, last few updates actually, Tegan and her family have been contributing immensely to the content, so now really, when talking about the latest version, you'd have to talk about Greater and Tegan, Tegan and Co. And this is Wildstar Orion, who is another member on the server, who is also a dragon, right? A dragon person. There we go. Wrong person. Sorry, I'm getting confused. Okay, you're not a dragon.
It's Finn.
It's that helmet that confused me.
That's Finn's little white cowl thing.
Finn from Adventure Time.
Finn from Adventure Time. Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's his white cowl that he never takes off, and when he does in the cartoon, Finn has these huge flowing locks of blonde hair.
Oh, I see. Which he obviously does not like.
I don't think he does, because he keeps that cowl on all the time.
Well, exactly. And Sorola and Sel Marissa, hello. Welcome to the stream on Twitch. Glad to see you here. Alright guys, there's the link. github.com/greatorator/TolkienCraft II.
Yeah, and from there they can actually, if they have, say, a map idea, they can go, that GitHub will get them to my main GitHub profile, and there's actually set up for the main pack, there's one for the default map, and there's two for each of the pieces of the extended content. So preferably that link that you just told them in your stream, that is the preferred link, because if it's something that I feel should go somewhere else, I'll do it myself.
Okay.
But, you know, if they really, really feel that they need to put it on an issue for one of the other three, they can. I'll just move it if I need to.
Okay, sounds good. And Sorola, I will probably do that during my break. Thank you for the heads up. Cool, so...
Oh, one of the other exciting things with this release, Brewcraft is back.
Cool.
You know, obviously we had to remove it a few versions ago because of some issues where it was not updating, and that was a bad thing with the recent changes with Forge.
Mm-hmm.
It is now being updated once again, and was able to bring it back, which I was happy, because that really kind of helped with some ideas that we had for shopkeepers and stuff. And I really kind of wanted to have not necessarily a strong emphasis, but I did want to have an emphasis on doing potions, because some of the boss battles, unless you plan to like go and play for days and weeks and months to get to draconic armor, you can beat them with regular iron armor, a diamond sword, and just the right combination of potions.
Okay, well that's good to know, because, well, I tend to go for the, best armor I can, and that's usually draconic, before I continue with the main quest line.
Right, well, you have the most important thing is you have knockback resistance potions, hint hint,
Okay.
and of course strength potions, and, Brewcraft has a huge library of potions that you can do, and yeah, so there's a lot you can do potion-wise, or if you want to do blood magic. But, the key is, if you're going to fight bosses, think outside the box. Don't think, let me go stab at it with the most absolute, most powerful thing that exists in the game. Put a little strategy into it, a little bit of potion work. Like people used to do when they fought the Wither.
Aha. That makes sense. It looks like Sergeant Ace has said that we perhaps should go ahead and get started without him, if we like. So what do you guys think? Do we want to give him a little bit more time, or... Because imagine he's starting the game again, and...
I know it takes a while to load up the game. So.
Yeah. Well, if you still have things you can talk about, we can do that. Otherwise...
Well, I mean, if Tegan can think of anything I haven't covered, because... There's just so much that I guarantee you I missed something.
I don't know, other than giving details about the quests, which we don't want to do. I can't think of anything else.
Alright, well, then I guess we can get started. Well, let's just go. One of the other changes. Most of the day-night cycle NPCs, I turned that off. One of the biggest things I noticed running this whitelisted server is NPCs disappearing or multiplying and becoming an overwhelming force to reckon. So many of them, like you see the fisherman, he's still sitting there. He's night fishing now. Most of those NPCs now do not switch between day and night, simply because I just figured it was less likely chance of them dying or destroying or whatever, taking over the world. So pretty much it's down to just the guards are the only ones that move around on a regular basis.
Okay, so that'll stop the duplication?
It should.
Guess who's here? Guess who's made it?
I see that. I know he's got he's loaded in. So everybody that we've been waiting, this is Sergeant Ace, aka Nick. He is basically one of the owners of Resident Host, which is our benefactor and savior for both the whitelisted server and my dev server. And I asked him to join us today to kind of celebrate our opening day for the new season and the content release for the mod pack. And he was not as busy normally, and he decided to come in and play with us for a little bit.
Awesome. Well, it is great having you here, Sergeant Ace, and I'm just showing chat the promo code for TolkienCraft 2 at Resident Host for lifetime 20% discount. So you guys are awesome. Thank you very much for the server that we are currently enjoying.
And I will remind everybody too, when you load up the pack, one of the first lines you'll see as you load in actually has a link to Resident Host as well with the code and discount.
Awesome. So that's residenthost.com.
Oh, let me get him added to our party.
Ooh, yes, that would be a good idea. And then we can go have a party. But, just a second here, I have to ban a bot.
You've been getting a lot of those lately.
Yeah, it's been a new thing. The promo code is TCII.
And yes, 20% discount. I know I'm advertising in my video, but hey, they deserve it. They deserve it. They've been awesome hosts.
We wouldn't be here on this server today without them, so I think they deserve their ad spotlight. And everybody has left without me. I feel so alone. I think I'll go cry in the corner.
We're all going to eavesdrop in a group. There's 5 of us, and we're all going to kind of just nonchalantly just stand here and listen. And in some cases, twins are going to be listening.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Marketplace Val. How's it going? How's Val the cat?
My suggestion, do the reward book, or the reward bags, because most of the other stuff you could make with the stuff you're going to get from the quest rewards. I guess that means we are off to see the king.
Yes, we are. Let's see if I got flares. Did you put this in code, Greaterator? You did, didn't you? Guess what I got?
Did you really get flares?
Yes, I did.
That could not be a more perfect opening day. That is just...
I cannot believe it.
That is perfect. The HQM gods are forever not in your favor.
I know. Oh my. Sarah, what he said in the marketplace, yes, the marketplace is a bit loud. What he said was that unless you need something specifically that's otherwise offered, the reward bag is probably the best way to go, unless you're me and always get flares.
Well, yeah, there's always Val.
I cannot believe it. I really I just...
Somehow I can, though.
Oh, too busy laughing.
Oh, and see, as you come up the stairs, there's the new job board.
Okay, I'm taking my usual off-the-beaten-path route. I will look at the job board here in a second. There we go.
I do want to thank everybody for stopping by for this episode, and I hope you come back again
Sarah
for the next one.
like her as well.
For now, thank you all for coming by, and have a great day.